Hey friends, it's your boy SVH coming at you with today's bowl of Saki by Hazrat Inayat Khan for August 7th, which just happens to be my birthday. So this is a birthday bowl of Saki gift for you. At the cost of one failure, the wise learn the lesson for the whole of life. At the cost of one failure, the wise learn the lesson for the whole of life. And I'm going to share some commentary from Murshid on this one. It happens very often that we find that a person who has been successful in life goes on being successful, and that one who has once failed goes on failing. Looked at from a psychological point of view, the reason is that the first person was impressed by his success, and so he continued to be successful. And the other, who was impressed by his failure, continued to have failures because that impression suggested failure to him. But it is not because of the displeasure of God that unfortunate souls continue to be unfortunate in everything that they do. It is that the suggestion of misfortune, of misery, keeps them miserable throughout their lives. Reasoning is a faculty which the mystic uses and which he may develop like any man of common sense, any practical man. The difference is only that the mystic does not stop at the first reason, but wishes to see the reason behind all reasons. Thus, in everything, whether right or wrong, the mystic seeks for the reason. The immediate answer, however, will be a reason that does not satisfy him, for he sees that beyond that reason, there is yet another reason. The nature of life is such that it easily excites the mind and makes man unhappy in an instant. It makes man so confused that he does not know where to take the next step. In contrast with this, the mystic stands still and inquires of life its secret. And from every experience, from every failure or success, the mystic learns a lesson. Thus both failure and success are profitable to him. The ideal of a mystic is never to think of disagreeable things. What one does not want to happen, one should not think about. A mystic erases from his mind all the disagreeable things of the past. He collects and keeps his happy experiences, and out of them he makes a paradise. Are there not many unhappy people who keep part of the past before them, causing them pain in their heart? Past is past. It is gone. There is eternity before us. So, the main idea of this, at the cost of one failure, the wise learn the lesson for the whole of life. So if you make a mistake and you learn from it, that creates true wisdom, right? That brings about wisdom. The wise experience comes from the experience. So you've had a failure, you've done something wrong, you're like, I'm not going to do that again. And if you don't, and you learn from it the next time you're presented with a similar opportunity to make the same mistake, and you don't, you choose to do things differently, then you have acquired wisdom, and you have learned from that failure. And this is the problem that so many people have in life, is that they overthink or over-reason out all the reasons why they should, be successful. I know I've done this in the past, where I've said, oh, nobody's going to pay that. I'd like to ask for this amount of money for my salary, but nobody's going to pay that, and they're, this kind of thing. And you just eliminate the possibility of that even happening because you've already got it in your mind that it can't. And this creates a loop and a pattern that keeps you, keeps you from grabbing that next tier, or that next level of opportunity in life. And I see it a lot, and I've done it a lot, and I've learned over time to do just as the mystic does, to stay still and ask life to do things for you, or to answer questions for you, or to open up its secrets to you, as opposed to chasing after things and running after things and always trying to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, right? So I just love this one. I think it's a really deep lesson. Very, very honored that it fell on my birthday, because I think this is a great lesson to learn year after year. I read these all the time, so every year I'm reading this same same thing, but get a little different twist from it, And I think it's important to always look at things from different points of view. So for a while, I was like, maybe these are getting stale. I'm doing the same thing each year on the same date, and I realized that each year they speak to me a little differently, and they say something a little differently, or my interpretation of it in the moment might be a little different because of new experiences that I've gained since the last time I read it. And I think it opens up an opportunity to share with more people, because obviously a lot of people were missing these when I wasn't doing them. So I did miss a couple days this week, so I apologize for that. But we're back on track today, and I hope you enjoyed today's bowl of sake. I think it's a really good one. But yeah, really be really focus your attention on what is important. And I think this is another thing right here. Are there not many unhappy people who keep part of the past before them, causing them pain in their heart? We can get so hung up on past situations and past experiences, past regrets, or past times that we've been done wrong, or things like that, past ills that have been done to us, right? And it's hard to let go of those things. It is. But you're never going to go any farther than those things if you don't let go of those. If you don't see that you have a whole eternity in front of you to make a whole new life for yourself, where all those things of the past that hold you down and weigh you down don't matter. So it's important to try to find a way to let those things go, to try to find a way to find your true happiness and your inner peace, to where you can move forward from this point on into the future and create an eternity that is beautiful and a paradise for you. So I encourage you, if you're holding on to things from the past, or you're repeating similar cycles and things like that, to take a look at why, and come to terms with them, and find a way to let those things go. I'll leave it with this. Kind of reminds me of another Sufi story where a little different topic, but similar. I think it's still relevant. A teacher and a student were out walking on the path one day, and the teacher said to the student, now, as we walk this path, you must keep silent and not ask questions. You must stay, true to your vow of silence during this time, and keep your thoughts in prayer, and keep your thoughts on God. And also, we don't want to if we come in contact with any people, we can't have any touch or physical, connection there, especially with, if you see a woman or something, we're forbidden to, touch a woman, that type of thing. So this was part of the instruction as they walked along this path, and they came along a ravine where there was a woman there who was struggling to get across. And the guide ended up picking up the woman and carrying her across the ravine and setting her down on the other side. And the student's just sitting there aghast, like, hey, what are you doing, man? You're not supposed to do that. You told me not to do that, and you just did it, And so they were walking a little ways, and he was keeping his vow of silence, but it was erupting in him so much that he wanted to say something to his guide. So as they got a little bit farther on, he said, Murshid, I don't understand what it is that you just did. Why you told me that we were keeping this vow of silence and we couldn't touch anyone, or we couldn't, interact with anyone, let alone, pick up a woman and carry her across a ravine, yet you did just that. And the teacher looked at the student and says, well, I left the woman by the side of the river miles back. Why are you still carrying her? So, we do this a lot. We hold on to things and carry things that really, he did the right thing. He helped the woman across. It would have been wrong. He was teaching the student a lesson on why he had to do that. But, in that moment when someone needs help and there's a time of need, you step up to that need. So that was kind of the moral of the story, was, not to carry things longer than you need to, to let things go, lay it by the side of the river and walk away from it. You did the right thing. You did what you had to do in the moment, and you moved on from it. So take those words to heart if you're holding on to something deeply that you can't let go of. And if you need help, there's people out there. You can reach out and DM me. A lot of times when things come to the surface, it's difficult, it's hard to deal with, it's hard to work through and things like that. But there is support out there. There's people that can give you tools and teach you some different things that you can do to help deal with the pain and discomfort. But it's in that pain and suffering that the remedy lies. So that's another thing too. You know, you have to go through that dark night of the soul sometimes in order to really see the light. So if you're going through it and you're having a hard time, you know, reach out to somebody for some help if you truly need it. But try your best to leave those things behind that carry no weight, that weigh you down, but carry no purpose. They serve no purpose in your life moving forward. Move towards that eternity of paradise that you create for yourself instead of living in a hellish past. So just a couple thoughts I wanted to add on today. So I hope you had a great time today with the bowl of sake. I know I did. Had a good birthday. Thank you all for all the birthday wishes that came in today. I appreciate it very much so. And we'll be back again with another bowl of sake. Take care.